Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart, I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This reading will be for Leo and all Leo placements found within your birth chart or wherever you have 5th house influence in your chart. If you don't know what any of these placements are or want to dive deeper into your personal roadmap or get a relationship synastry chart reading, you can find all my services on my website, links below, or email me directly with any questions that you may have. All of my readings come with a 2 full question tarot spread, and I have some extra specials and bonuses. I'm also doing a 10% off eclipse sale for this upcoming partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. We're going to dive into what that means for you. So email me if you want to take advantage of this sale for the end of September. And also check out my North and South Node series. I am almost done. I'm going to be doing Scorpio next. But you can find up to Aries through Libra right now on my playlist, which is also linked below. I highly encourage you, Leo, to watch the Leo North Node reading. Even if it's not your natal placement, there's a lot to learn there about this Leo energy in general and your opposite Aquarius, okay? On my Patreon channel, I'm going to be going deep for eclipses, okay? My Patreon channel is for a lot of extra supportive content, especially astro content. So if you want to get more familiar with your natal placements and just astrology in general, I highly encourage you to follow me over there. I'm going to be doing a pick-a-pile reading for this upcoming eclipse, and then October's eclipse as well, post-eclipse readings, and also just kind of bleeding out into the new year, the rest of these retrogrades. I'm also going to do a Chiron series in October, so stay tuned for that. In this reading, Leo, we're going to discuss astrology for your sun and ascendant signs. But again, say you have a stellium, you're cross-watching, take the messages as you see fit, right? Free will is always at play. The general love reading will also be linked below, so watch both to get a deeper perspective. We are in Virgo season, a time of the harvest, right? The great harvest, where the efforts we've invested in begin to bear fruit or not, right? This all kind of reflects and depends on your Saturn. Saturn is retrograde. I also have a Saturn retrograde reading on Patreon. Personally, I associate this month with the goddess, Diana. This is goddess energy. It's the one and only astro sign that represents a goddess. And Diana is near and dear to my heart, and she protects the wild. She's the huntress, and she protects children. Virgo, the only female figure, like I said, represents this kind of death rebirth cycle, much like Scorpio, but it's definitely more of a feminine approach. It's this story of Persephone's cycle, right, of death and rebirth. And this highlights innocence, purity. This is the house of purification, detox, ritual, routine, paying attention to the detail, as we all know that Virgo loves to do so well. And also really just listening to the subtle cues of the body, right? Making that inner critic our inner coach. Now let's dive into your reading. Why, hello there, Leo, and welcome to this space. Whether you're new to my channel or returning, I truly appreciate you joining me here, trusting and confiding in me. Let's dive into this eclipse month, right? All eclipse months are a preparation month, and for you especially, you have this 12th house highlight, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it's not always necessarily easy with 12th house, but it's for the highest good. It's Pisces, it's Neptunian quality. This is spirituality. This is our intuition. It's calling to us. This also talks a lot about past lives, ancestral karma, and it's the house of rest. It's the last house, so it's all encompassing. It's the all-seeing eye. So there's a lot to take in, your dreams, your visions. And I got the message for you as I meditated was participation, and also knowing when to not participate and not to partake with this sun in Virgo transiting your 12th house, as well as Mercury still in Virgo till the 26th. So it can still kind of feel like Mercury retrograde with Mercury highlighting and transiting your 12th house. There's a lot about what's hidden. The 12th house also talks about hidden enemies. So kind of having to read between the lines a little bit with Mercury in the 12th house, the subtleties, the subtle cues, the subtle feelings in the body, because Virgo does represent the body. So this could be a great time to, again, detox, purify. This is really like hunkering down on routine as well. The detail, again, paying attention to the subtleties. I'm getting reminded of the card from the Wisdom of the Oracle of Chopped Wood, where when we are manifesting or we're affirming to ourselves what it is that we're trying to call into our lives or gain clarity around, it's important to practice, right? This is putting things into practice, physical 3D things that you can do to tap into this 12th house influence, because it's not all stark in the void and the abyss. You know, you can get lost in the sauce here, but if you are a spiritual being, which most of you that watch my readings are, then you are naturally just connecting to this kind of intuitive body within you. It's very subtle, right? But it's there, it's always there. But for you with this 12th house, you're gonna be feeling it, okay, until we go into Libra season. Highly prophetic, especially with eclipses. So really pay attention to your dreams, maybe even a dream journal. You know, I know that I try to do it, but then I forget because I'm running out the door. So if you could just take some time to rest with the 12th house, you will get so much information there. Just jot down a couple notes, leave a little notebook next to your bed, and just like, even if it's just a couple key words, it could really help you kind of piece things together, because that's what the 12th house wants you to do, is to take collections of things and to gather things to create a whole, to create a vision, okay? And again, you can check out that North and South Node series, because these lunar nodes are being activated, and I highly encourage you to watch the Leo North Node reading, even if it's not your natal placement, because there's a lot to learn there about Leo energy in general, and your opposite, which is Aquarius. We have Pluto going back into Aquarius in November, but we're having this little dance in Capricorn right now, okay? So just know that once Pluto goes back into Aquarius, it's gonna be in your 7th house of partnership, which is pretty massive, right? When we have the 7th house influence, especially with Pluto, which is a very long-term transit for you, okay? For all of us in Aquarius. So we also have Venus in Libra, that's your 11th house. So this is, again, active participation in communities. This is the people that we're calling in from our 10th house of achievements, right? Our aspirations, our dreams, our visions of the midheaven, the 10th house, and the 11th house is the people that are going to keep us on track. So it is a lot around, again, Pluto and Aquarius. It's going to be happening in November. You know, who are your people, right? Who are you and who am I, kind of thing, okay? So this Piscean influence is in your 8th house, okay? So 8th house is Plutonic energy, so there's a lot of correlations here with Pluto and Neptune, right? Pluto and Neptune it almost feels a bit murky at times, and it can feel a bit chaotic. So I can't urge you enough, Leo, to get some rest and to get some downtime to recalibrate, okay? Saturn's gonna be in your 8th house till 2026. So this is all that's hidden, all that's been repressed, all those limitations that maybe we have been avoiding or not wanting to see due to ego or survival mode. You know, it's really having to tap into that. What's below the surface is kind of what's the residual kind of karma that Saturn in Pisces is asking us to kind of dig up, okay? That's what Saturn in Pisces actually means, especially within your transiting your 8th house. So it's even more impactful for you, okay? So let's talk about it, okay? Let's get into it. Let's get into your reading. We're gonna pull from my new favorite deck here that I just got. This is the Creativity Oracle. So beautiful cards and some messages to start you off here for Leo for September or whenever you find this. And cross watchers, you're welcome here as well. Watch for your other placements as well if the reading doesn't seem to fit. You know, check your Chiron this month, your Saturn placements, and also again your North and South node. All right, Leo. What it is that they need to know and see for their highest and greatest good, my healed ancestors, guides, allies. Ooh, I love it. What do you notice when you see this? I want you to reflect on these images. Anything that stands out to you the most. What is it that you're intuitively picking up on? Okay? This is all about seeds. This reminds me of the new moon. You see Cupid, and you also see that butterfly, the feather, light as a feather. You know, trying to stay light. Maybe this is also talking about, you know, eating more light, you know, as we detox. This could be like intermittent fasting or juicing, that kind of thing, to help purify and lighten the load of this 12th house, because it can feel heavy, right? It's the last house. It's like all of the houses just kind of laid to rest, and it's that final little stamp before we start over again, right, into the first. And it says, having the intention to grow like a seed and bloom is at the heart of creativity, which, Leo, you rule the house of creativity and the heart. So this is very much your energy, okay? We also have change here on the bottom. There's that full moon, and it looks like an eclipse. Oh, we got that eclipse coming in. And yes, this is talking about, guess what? Change. Change is inevitable, especially during eclipses. Okay, for a change, do something you usually do a certain way in a different way. So this is changing up your routine. It's changing up how you look at something, gaining a deeper perspective about a certain thing, person, place, or thing, right? All right, let's pull from the tarot. What do we have for my lovely Leo viewers? Change is in the wind. A change and an outlook on how you look at relations, right? Especially with Saturn in your 7th house. Or 8th house, sorry. Pluto in your 7th house. So 7th, 8th axis. With that 12th house flavor this month. Yeah. This is all about energy levels. Look at that. We were just talking about that. This is, you know, an ace is potential, whether it is in reverse or not, you know, so it's there. There's something brewing. Again, Saturn in your 8th house, it's brewing. It's there, but it's building momentum within you. It's almost like this fire within you, this creativity that we're finding here, the seed that's within you. There's something that is growing. There's something that's growing that's going to bring change here. But it requires you to lighten up. It requires you to have some rest, because the wands represent action, inertia. This is also creativity as well. Also have your energy here, dropping your guard, laying your wand down. This is all about laying the wand down, which Virgo also had a very similar message, but theirs were swords. Yours are wands, which is your fire element. Because there is something about sneakery, you know, something sneaky, self-sabotage, deceit, lies. This is also representing that 12th house of hidden enemies. There could be some quarrels that you're maybe just having to lay down your sword, you know, speak your truth, yet of course. Look at that, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Queen of Swords here, male or female. You are welcoming in change here, because you see her hands reached out, welcoming in a new perspective, a new way of looking at something, a new idea, a seed of intention that you're planting. Maybe you planted it on the new moon. New moons are a really good time to plant seeds, right? And then full moons are all about releasing. So there is a balance here of planting something or letting it kind of, what's that word called? I can't think of the word. Propagate. Like propagating a plant, you know, when you think about it, you know, it has to stay below the soil for a certain amount of time and needs just the right amount of nutrients, sunlight, water. So there's a lot around your body and you know, making sure that you're getting the proper rest, sleep, diet, exercise, a nice balance with all that. And there's a lot around rest here, because then as you rest and you're not go, go, go all the time, you'll be actually able to see the 7 of Swords more clearly, whether it's internally or externally, people around you. This is Aquarius, strong Aquarius energy here. You could have Aquarius in your chart, but it's also just highlighting what I just spoke upon with Pluto going back into Aquarius and staying there, okay, in your 7th house. Let's pull from what do we want to pull for you? The Animal Oracle. What do we have for Leo? Just know the love reading is below. If you want to go deeper into a love message, if it shows up here, it shows up, but this is more self-focused. All right, Leo, what do you need to know? What is it that they need to see for their highest and greatest good? The owl on the bottom. So any bird is a messenger, right? Each of them play a different role in what they are sending to you, right? The owl is more intuitive. This is that 12th house. This is Neptune. It's not going to come so clearly as, say, the hawk or the eagle, where it's more in the moment. It's more like fast. Owl is very slow. It's very like again, read between the lines to get the message, like I've been saying. It's your intuition, it's a dream, it's a vision, it's a seed that's being planted. You could be very deeply connected with owls. We also have the crocodile and the elephant, both in reverse, and we're going to read on this energy a bit. The crocodile for me is all about going slow. You know, this is a slower pace as you are proceeding with caution, as you are keeping a watchful eye on the Seven of Swords that you might be feeling. You know, the Seven of Swords, again, could be someone else that you feel that is betraying you, not telling you everything. You know, and that's that 12th house of feeling like, what is my truth? What is the truth of this situation? You know, and it's, you have to go slow here. There's a slowness, especially with the Queen of Swords. She does not act impulsively. She's very logical. She's very blunt. She's very articulate. It's about like efficiency. When the Queen of Swords comes out upright, it's all about being efficient and logical and practical. It's like a cutting of the sword, nice and clean. There's no mess, it's just there. And it's almost like I'm imagining someone dropping the mic, and it's just like everyone's like, holy, whoa, like that was profound what you have to say. There's something that you need to say that is very profound, but also very elegant and graceful. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It's just the truth. And you're like, this is it. Whether you're saying this to someone else, you're calling someone out on the Seven of Swords, or you're telling yourself, like, again, Virgo season is all about, again, the inner critic. You could be saying to your inner critic, enough. That's not true. I am not that. I am no longer that. I'm no longer going to stand for self-sacrificing or self-sabotaging for the sake of others. And I'm going to proceed more cautiously as I am welcoming in or exiting from something. I'm not going to try to coerce or manipulate here to keep people around, right? Again, you also have Venus in Libra in your 11th house. This is all about your people, and you are being very watchful, keeping a watchful eye, or being asked to keep a watchful eye. There could be some changes once this truth is revealed with the Seven of Swords, but it does not require you to take much action here with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Wands. This is being open to the truth, whether you like it or not, kind of thing, right? Or again, someone that needs to be open to your truth, whether they like it or not. It's your truth, and that's something that needs to be expressed this month with caution, with grace, and with ease. Again, it's like a clean cut. Severing the tie with grace. All right, let's read about the elephant here. The elephant. There's an elephant in the room is what I heard. That's the thing, like this is the elephant in the room. And it's like, I can see clearly now. The elephant in the room. But doesn't mean that I have to try to win the fight or win the battle. That's also what's being highlighted with this Aries North Node, Libra South Node collectively. I just posted on my Instagram, so if you want to get to know me more as a reader and just see when I post specials and content, I have that 10% off in September, and I talk about this Aries Libra South Node axis that we're all feeling, and it's all about Libra learning to not have to fight, not have to justify themselves with this Aries North Node. It's knowing when to drop the battle. Aries also needs to learn that. Aries North Node is the fighter, it's the warrior. This is about learning when to walk away from something without having to prove a point, really. It's justified enough when you come to your truth and you know what that is. You don't have to explain yourself, is what I'm hearing. The elephant. Let's find it. Okay, so this is about trust when it's in reverse. The elephant is asking you to trust. Again, reframing that inner coach, the inner critic to the inner coach, okay? This is about misunderstandings as well. This is having a more generous and loving approach. This is, there's fire here, which is beautiful. That's you connecting in with your heart. What is your heart calling you to do? Being cautious around the heart, protecting the heart as well. This is the great protector. This is Ganesh, the destroyer of obstacles. So there might be some sort of trip up here, because as you can see, this person is about to stumble and fall. They have no idea because they're looking behind them. They're so focused on what other people are thinking, or that they're, you know, they're trying to sneak away and get away with something, that they're not even paying attention to the future or what's ahead of them, that they're going to fall and drop all those swords and make a big old mess. So this is about being wise. Again, not picking your battles here, picking your battles, Leo, and just knowing when, you know, this is my truth. I don't need to explain myself to you, is what I'm hearing. It's very humble, a very humble approach here for you this month. That's what you're being urged, but also being very clear, being very effective with your communication, and knowing when to drop that wand. What else do we have for Leo? Leo, the Leo collective. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side, Sag energy. Where do you have Sagittarius in your chart or dealing with a Sag? This could also emphasize December, okay? With this new moon in Sag, there could be some lucky break here and the end of a tough cycle, Capricorn. Again, Pluto is dancing back into Capricorn. This is all about your 6th house. This is Virgo energy. This is, again, purification of the past, right? Because it's a time to reflect now, because Pluto has been in Capricorn for quite some time. This is all the work and hard work that you've done, the sacrifices you've made, the offerings you've made, and how have they bared fruit in this great harvest month. It's a time to reflect on our shortcomings, and also, again, the rewards that we have received from this great harvest of Virgo energy. And again, it's the simple things that I'm getting reminded to tell you that can make you feel lucky. If you feel like you have been betrayed, or you're having to feel defensive or guarded in any way, or again, unmotivated, a lack of drive, a lack of motivation to get something done, just know that this is a time for you to rest. And there's a reason why your body's telling you to slow down. And it's not because that you are weak, or you are, there's just unluck or shitty circumstances. You know, you're ending some big cycles here, and there's luck on the other end, if you can see it that way. Again, gathering what you've learned from Pluto and Aquarius. And I see November and December as time markers for you to really start to feel like this tough cycle is ending. And naturally, most of us are going to be feeling that, because again, there's pre and post eclipse energy. You know, on those dates and around them, we're feeling them. We're already starting to feel the September 17th lunar eclipse in Pisces. So just know that it's a bleed out effect. It's a trickle effect. It's like throwing a rock in a pond, and there's that ripples that cast out. So your intentions, your self-talk, your inner coach, right? The lies that you tell yourself because of maybe some wounds around the past. You are learning now that there's a lucky break here. If I can just take things in stride, taking things in stride. That's what I'm gonna name your reading, or put it in the title. Taking things in stride, dear Leo. We are going to pull from the Astro Tarot deck to start to talk about your love life, what's going on there, right? Whether you're single, coupled, or talking about past, whatever wants to come out will come out, and you can find that link below for the love reading, okay? If you want to follow me there's always seems to be a deeper message for you, whether you're in a relationship or not. There's a lot to learn here, right? All right, Leo and love. What do we have? What signs could Leo be dealing with in their chart, or someone else's, or just energies around them? Uranus, Aquarius. I'm just strongly keep sensing this Aquarius, especially with the 7 of Swords. You could have Aquarius in your chart, or dealing with someone that does, or your Uranus placement. This is change. This is kind of like, it's electric. It's electrifying. Uranus, Aquarius represents electricity for me. So it's lightning. It can come in a bit erratic and kind of rebellious. Yeah, there is this kind of rebellious kind of energy here, but what I'm being warned for you, and this is also Pluto, Scorpio here, which we've been talking about, is so interesting, you know, Pluto and Aquarius. Yeah, very strong, very, very profound. So what's going to be interesting for you is when Pluto goes back into Aquarius, especially when it comes to your love life. There's going to be some massive changes. There's going to be maybe potentially be an end of a tough cycle. What else? What signs could Leo be dealing with? It might be erratic. It might feel like the rug's being pulled underneath you, especially with this 12th house influence. You know, something might be coming to the surface. Yeah, around love, Venus. Okay, Venus is Taurus and also Libra. We have fire here on the bottom too. There you are, Leo, Sag, Aries. So they could have a fire placement, Venus, or a fire Uranus. We have Scorpio here as well, okay? So let's dive into your love reading. I hope to find you over there. The link will be below. Bye for now, Leo.